Welcome into Tiger Den Sports. I'm your host, Jason Darcy, also known as the Blind Tiger. And today we'll be talking New Orleans Saints. They made some coaching hires. We may talk about some trade rumors that might happen and maybe touch on a little bit of Super Bowl recap. I got here with me today a good friend, JJ. How you doing?
Yo, what's up? Well, glad to be here. I'm doing well. Well, can't complain on my end.
Yep, good to have you here. We do a podcast about the Saints once a week on anything that happens. So y'all hit the subscribe button, like button, share button, and comment button if you have anything to say.
Wherever that's on the screen, don't know where the subscribe button is, but just hit it.
Yeah, I don't know where's that either.
Yeah, I don't know where's that. I can't see it on here, but yeah. So,
but yeah, so all right, we'll get started. I guess we'll talk about. You want to talk about the quarterback coach first that got hired?
Yes, we're all aware.
Before we do that, I guess we could say Clint Kubiak officially got hired.
Yes, he's officially our offensive coordinator. We ain't got nothing to worry about. He ain't going nowhere. So, yep. And it looks like he's bringing his own personnel that feels comfortable with. So, it's a good thing that, he's officially on board. So.
Yep. Okay. So you pronounce the quarterback coaching name.
Yes.
Because I don't know.
Let me look. I had all these articles up on right here. Let me pull it up. Okay. So his name is Andrew Janocko. I might be pronouncing that wrong. So, but he's officially the new quarterback coach who officially replaced Ronald Curry. And Janocko and Kubiak has worked together in the past. And according to Sports Illustrated .com, the SaintsWire.com, he was the Minnesota Viking. He was the quarterback coach for the Bears last year. So he coached Justin Fields. So, and he was let go, because I think they cleaned house over there, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let's.
And I think. And Janocko, I find he's a good quarterback coach.
Yes,
I really do. Because the Saints fans are going to hear Bears and how terrible they were.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't all Justin Fields.
No.
I find Justin Fields is a good quarterback. They just have no talent around him. So when you hear Janocko with the Bears, don't take it like he's not a good quarterback coach.
No. I mean. He's he was also in Minnesota offensive line coach with Clancy Barone, who's our tight ends coach. So yeah, it looks like he's coming to a familiar place with familiar people. So and hopefully he can help with Derek Carr's situation. Hopefully help progress Derek Carr a little more. So
right, a new voice in the room might help out big time.
Correct, and maybe help Jameis if he's still around.
Yeah, hey, you never know.
Famous Jameis. So, but yeah,
everybody loves him.
Yeah, everybody does. So that was one official hire this past week. So, and we made another hire. I believe it was running back coach who replaced what's his name? I forget his name. I'm sorry, after the off season, I forget a lot of coaches' names. But and a lot of players. But Derek Foster, he was the running backs coach with Los Angeles Chargers, and during his time over there, according to NOLA.com, he helped running back Austin Ekeler score 44 touchdowns, leading the NFL in both 2021, 20 total touchdowns, and 2022-18. So, yeah, but they were still ranked in the bottom third of the league in rushing during each of his 3 seasons there. But then they rarely ran the ball too. So, and they
Right.
never finished higher than 22nd. So they really didn't have a run game over there. So
No.
you can't expect him to have a high ranking running game if he don't if they don't do a lot of running over there.
Right.
Incorporate a lot of running.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say when you think about Austin Eckler, you don't think running back.
No.
He does play the position running back, but he's more of a pass catcher,
Yes.
Receiving type running back. So when you look at 22nd ranked rushing, I mean, well, that's to be expected with him.
Mhm.
If you had somebody like a Josh Jacobs, like with the Raiders,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you would have more rushing yards. But Austin Eckler did score what you said, 18 and 20 touchdowns.
He scored in 2021, I believe it was 20 total touchdowns in 2021, and 2022 it was 18. So
Yeah. So I mean, that's still good for a running back.
but they also have Justin Herbert in the Chargers as well. So
Yep.
and he's a great passing quarterback. So that's pretty much what they rely on too. Now, when Jim Harbaugh took over for the Chargers, I'm pretty sure he wanted to bring his own team players as coaches. Excuse me.
Right.
Well, but yeah, I'm excited to see what this new coaching staff's going to bring to the Saints organization, and hopefully we have a good offense too.
Yeah, I agree with that because I think we needed a big turnover
Yes,
in some way this offseason. Because if you think about the way the offseason started, I don't think, at least I wasn't hearing that we was having any changes at all when the offseason first started. It wasn't until a few weeks in that you heard Pete Carmichael's name might be going.
No, some people said that he would have been Pete Carmichael would have been the scapegoat because I'm pretty sure Dennis Allen wasn't going to lose his job.
Right.
They got rid of Pete Carmichael before they got rid of Dennis Allen. So, but I'm glad to see that they're making changes. At least they're not sticking with the same personnel and saying, "Oh well, we're going to be better next year." It's like, dude,
yeah, let's run it back.
Let's run it back again.
Yeah. Yep. Because I think there's going to be some changes on the Saints too, not just with the players, not just the coaches. So, but we'll see. But right now, that's the two hires, and I think Clint Kubiak is bringing in his own guys, like you said. Who was the tight end coach you said came in?
The tight end coach he came in last year was Clancy Brown.
Clancy, okay.
Yeah, so he was there last year.
I didn't remember him.
No, he was there last year, so he wasn't technically a new hire, but he did work with Clint Kubiak and Andrew Janocko. But
okay, that's what I was wondering because I thought you said they worked together, so I didn't know. But it's good that they're bringing in familiar faces together that they know each other, they know how they coach, their style.
Yeah, so they know what to expect from each other.
Right.
So, but
and hopefully this helps Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, if he's still there, Kendra Miller, So
I don't think do we hire an offensive line coach yet, or you don't know?
I didn't hear that we did.
I didn't hear that neither. So
yeah, if somebody did hear, they can leave a comment and let us know because I didn't hear.
I didn't hear nothing either. But
the only name that I heard that could be a possibility was Josh Bennett, but I don't know who he is or where he's, what team he was on. I don't know. That's the only name I had heard rumored. I don't know if that's still for sure thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if we can hire one anytime soon because, of course, the draft is coming up at the end of April, and more than likely they're going to want an offensive guard, offensive lineman. They can probably pick in the first round. So I'd love to have, offensive line coach already set in place so he can kind of, get the offensive line the way he wants it so he can draft the player, he thinks he wants,
Yeah.
Or Saints might go crazy and draft a quarterback, might try to move up to first pick. I hope not, but
yeah.
Don't pull a Mike Ditka there. Don't pull a Mike Ditka. Oh no, don't do that. But yeah, so far I'm impressed with the hires.
Right, me too. I am too.
But like I say, it's a wait and see game. You have to see how these coaches come along and develop these players, and how the offensive is going to drive in 2024. So
right, and it's good, and it's going to be a totally different philosophy with this
correct.
group of coaches coming in. It's
Now,
not going to be Dennis Allen / Sean Payton / Pete Carmichael philosophy anymore.
no.
So
And Sean Payton's philosophy should be out of the organization right now. I mean, it should have been gone whenever Sean Payton left.
Exactly.
Allen should have sat down and said, I'm going to do the way things I want to do, try to do my best, not try to run Sean's offense or Sean's game plan, because, he's no longer there. You got to come up with your own game plan. You got to come up with your own schemes and everything. You can't rely on his game plan.
Exactly.
Because he was excellent at executing his game plan. So,
yep. And I think it's a good thing. Dennis Allen is a defensive coach. He needs to stay with the defensive side of the ball.
Correct.
Let this offensive staff coach the offense. He don't know nothing about offense.
No, he does not.
So if he just stays out of the offense, I'm not saying you don't talk to your coaches and stuff.
No. But don't override your offensive coordinator during the game and say, no, we're going to do this play. And then, it fails. And then everybody's like, well, why? What I mean?
Yeah, right. And then you blame the offense. We blame, as fans, you blame the offensive coordinator. What were you doing? What were you thinking? But
then we're all going to be like, fire Clint Kubiak. Signs going to be everywhere. It's going to be like, but yeah, I mean, because, Dennis Allen is a great defensive coordinator. He has a great defensive mind for the game. So he should stick to that side of the ball.
That's what I say too. And then maybe next year, if Dennis Allen, if the Saints don't do good, hey, move Dennis Allen back to defensive coordinator, and maybe hire Clint Kubiak, depending on how he does as the head coach.
What you have to lose at this point?
Say that again.
What you have to lose at this point?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if we're in the middle of the season and we're like 3-5 or something crazy like that, or 2-6, then everybody's gonna be like, everybody's gonna want Dennis Allen gone at that point.
Right.
Including me. I'll be screaming like, why is he still there? Like every Sunday or whenever they play, I'll be like, dude, he's still here. He's horrible. Look at this. We're like, what, 1-7? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't see that. But then again, I could be wrong.
Yeah. I guess we'll go find out, because I mean, we ended the season at 9-8.
Yeah.
So maybe with the new offensive staff that knows what they're doing, bringing different philosophy, maybe we'll win 2 extra games and be like 11-6.
Yeah. And I mean, we had a winning record last season, so really can't complain on that. But we could have been a whole lot better. We had one of the easiest schedules last year.
Yeah.
But then again, you had great teams that progressed during the year as well, like the Houston Texans. We all thought that was going to be an easy win, but look at C.J. Stroud. He's phenomenal in Texas right now. D'Amico Ryan is doing an amazing job in Texas.
That's right, and he's a defensive guy.
Yeah, he is. So, but they got good staff, over there, and that's what coaching does play a lot in, having a great team. So,
right. Would you like to see the Saints trade up to number 1 and draft Jaden Daniels?
How much are we giving up is the question. What are we giving up? 3 first-round picks, no. I don't see that happening. 2 first-round picks, no.
Yeah, but you might be able to trade like a Marshawn Lattimore and 2 first-round picks for that first. You wouldn't do that?
It's hard because I love Marshawn Lattimore. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the Saints history of the NFL, but it's hard to say, man.
Yeah, but we'll get into that, because when I was listening to Nick Underhill, one of the Saints writers and stuff.
Yes.
At North Network, I think it is. Mm-hmm. He was talking about 2 trade possibilities with Marshawn Lattimore and Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
To save money and stuff like that. So that's why I bring up Marshawn Lattimore in that trade.
Yeah. Michael Thomas, I think his time in New Orleans is up.
Yeah.
I mean, the last couple of seasons, he didn't play as much. You know, he was always injured,
Hmm.
and then he goes off on Twitter all the time. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's what was good about Sean Payton. That's why he got rid of Jimmy Graham in the beginning. He got rid of Brandon
Brandon Cook.
Brandon Cooks, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They were starting to be cancers in the team.
Right.
You know, he traded them. Like he said, you know, we're not gonna have that going on in our organization.
That's right.
Des Allen is just pretty much like, okay, I'll just whatever happens, you know, I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna go sit down and do, you know,
Yeah.
and then
I agree.
so, but
But yeah, that was two trade rumors things that I heard just to save money and stuff like that. So
now would Chicago be willing to give up the first pick?
well,
yeah, I'm pretty sure they would.
If the right price at the right price, I think they would. But right now, I think their plan is to draft Caleb Williams and trade Justin Fields. So, would you trade for Justin Fields?
I mean, at what cost? You know, it's a question.
Yeah,
you know, always the thing. What cost?
I don't think you would have to give up a whole lot for Justin Fields.
The first round pick for this year, of course. Maybe Marshawn Lattimore. Maybe Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas.
Maybe I can see that, but and then again, because you know Andrew Janocko worked with him last season, so
right.
It would be interesting to see that.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, because Derek Carr is not the answer.
Right.
No, I mean he's not gonna be. He's not a future quarterback. I'll tell you that.
No, not at all.
That's what, and I always go back and say this. That's what I wish Sean Payton would have done while Drew Brees was still our quarterback. Was drafted somebody in the first round, just developed them, like what Green Bay did with Aaron Rodgers. I think we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
With Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, and now Jordan Love. You know, you continue that cycle. You know, you always have a backup quarterback that's training to become your future.
Right.
And then again, Jake Haener, I don't think he's our future neither.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not at all. I mean, think about it. The backup quarterbacks that we had, Ian Book, Jake Haener. Yeah. There was another quarterback, Grayson somebody. I think he came from Colorado.
Garrett Grayson?
Huh?
Garrett Grayson?
Yeah, him, Garrett Grayson. That's right. He was a backup for a little bit. So, you know, they draft these quarterbacks that you know never going to make it in the league other than just a backup. You know?
Now, Grant, you know, I'm not saying that 4th round, 5th round picks can't be, you know, top quarterbacks. Look at Tom Brady. He was 6th round. Technically, nobody wanted. And New England was like, well, I guess we'll take him. And look where, you know, look at how that turned about. But
look at Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah. So
very last pick. And I mean, he went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Could have won the Super Bowl, but, you know.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs were the better team.
Yep.
By the way, that was a very good Super Bowl. You know, I was excited for that. It was a very good Super Bowl. I'm glad, you know, I'm glad we went to overtime because it was like neck and neck, like who's going to take it all.
Yeah.
I don't really like blowout games unless it's the Saints in the Super Bowl blowing out somebody. Then I'm at ease, like, oh yeah, we're bringing home a Super Bowl. But
yeah,
I like it to be neck and neck because it puts you on the edge of your seat. And you're like, okay, who's going to win this? You know, not like the last 2 minutes of the game, and you're like, well, this team's has scored 55 points, and the other team scored 10, so we already know who's going to win. You know,
that's not a good game. But like for me, like the first 3 quarters of the Super Bowl, to me, it was like more on the boring side. Just not a lot happening. You know, fumbles and punts all the time, and maybe it was just more either just defensive game or it was a bad game. I'd look at it more like they didn't play very well the first 3 quarters, at least in my opinion on it. But the 4th quarter and overtime, yeah, it was. I think it was good.
And Kyle Shanahan right now is 0-3 in the Super Bowl. Like, he has a good lead and then he loses it. Like, for example,
was he the one with the Falcons when it was 27?
I was about to say that 28-3. He was offensive coordinator with the Falcons, and Patriots came back and won that game. With the 49ers, they had like a 10-point lead, I think, in the 4th quarter. I might be wrong, but and then of course that was against Patrick Mahomes. That was a repeat of this game was a repeat of Super Bowl. That was 4 years ago. This was Super Bowl 54.
Yeah.
So,
yep. What you thought about the decision that Kyle Shanahan made taking the ball in overtime?
I
only asked that because in the Super Bowl, the overtime rules changed.
Yes. Now both teams can it's not like it was whenever the Saints won the trip to the Super Bowl back in 2010 where they scored the field goal. It's not sudden death anymore. It's
right.
You get the ball, and if you score a touchdown, even if you score a touchdown, they still get the ball back to the team, and they have the opportunity to score a touchdown. So, I mean, I guess what I was thinking is that, you would probably want to take the ball, try to score, and then have the defense come up and have them stop them. But at the same time, you would want to give the ball to them first. And if they score a field goal, then you realize we got to go score a touchdown to win this game.
Right. If you play defense first, then you know what you got to do when you get the ball.
Yes, exactly.
And from what I heard, a lot of the players on the 49ers said they didn't even know the overtime rule.
That's what I heard. And as a coach of a NFL team, you should know all the rules to the game, even in the overtime. You should be stressing the rules to your players during practice during that week of the Super Bowl. Like, hey, if we go into overtime, these are the rules. This is what's going to happen. If they score, we get the ball back and we got to score. It's not like, okay, we score a field goal and, or we score a touchdown. That's it. No, that changed. That actually changed after the Bills and Chiefs game. I think like 2 years ago. They changed the rules after that.
Okay, I didn't know when they changed it. But I mean, I find Kyle Shanahan is a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. He always got a top tier team. He's always in the playoffs. But if you look at him in the Super Bowl, like you said, he's 0-3. And then this big mistake in overtime where his players didn't even know kind of makes him look bad as a coach.
Yeah, it does. And then now you're starting to question, like, can he get over that hump? Can he win us a Super Bowl? Right. He brings it there, but can he win it? Because this is the second time the 49ers go to the Super Bowl under him, and they lost. And they had a lead. I mean, so it's like, can he finish? Can he bring us home a Lombardi?
Yeah. And do you know he fired his defensive coordinator, Steve
Wilks? I saw that like the very next day.
I'm like, for what? I mean, he has one of the top defenses.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Steve Wilks is a great defensive coordinator. Now, why would you fire him?
Yeah, I don't know. All he said was that he wasn't a good fit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he had to be somebody had to be an scapegoat, or he gets fired. Who knows?
That's the thing. I mean, if the coach has a horrible season, and he'll try to make somebody else a scapegoat, like, to have them fired where he can have one more season and hoping on his end, like, oh, I know I'm on the hot seat now. Let me hire somebody that can help me win, where I can have another season.
Yeah. Yep. And then you look at the other side with the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes comes out in his press conference and they ask him the question why the 49ers took the ball and didn't know the rules. Patrick Mahomes flat out said they've been practicing for 2 weeks the new overtime rules.
Yes.
And what they need to do and how to do, whatever.
Yeah.
So that tells you that Andy Reid was on his game.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and like Andy Reid too. Just a question. Before he went to the Chiefs, do you find he was like a Hall of Fame coach?
I can't say he was, because he had great seasons in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. He had McNabb. They went to the Super Bowl, and the Patriots beat them back in 2004, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2003 or 2004. I mean, at that time, he didn't have a great Hall of Fame career, but how would you what would it take for coach to be in the Hall of Fame? Do they have to win a Super Bowl, or do they have to win a lot of games, or what do you think is the qualifications for a head coach to be a Super Bowl? A head coach to be a Hall of Fame candidate.
Man, that's a tricky question because
Yeah.
you look at it. I would say they have to win a Super Bowl as one of the qualifications to be a Hall of Fame coach.
Mm-hmm.
But on the same wave here, you look at quarterbacks that never won the Super Bowl but are Hall of Famers, like Dan Marino. He never won a Super Bowl, but he was a great quarterback.
He had the most passing yards in a season for the longest time until Drew Brees beat him. Beat that record. Then Manning came and beat that record too. So I mean, because as a quarterback, it's a whole team effort to get you to the Super Bowl. It's not just a quarterback. So I could understand, a quarterback having, the most passing yards, but never went to a Super Bowl, like Drew Brees, for example. If the Saints never went to a Super Bowl, but he beat, he had all these records beaten, the most yards ever thrown in a, season, career, in NFL history, he had all that. I would say, he's definitely a quarterback. A Hall of Fame quarterback.
Right. And then you look at like Jim Kelly. I think he was with the Buffalo Bills. He went to what? 3 Super Bowls?
And he lost.
And he lost them all. But he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. So I guess you can look at it the same way with head coaches, like Kyle Shanahan. This for example. I find he's a great coach. He gets a lot of wins. He gets his team to play well. He made 3 Super Bowls, but just never won. So is he a Hall of Fame coach? So it's like it's a toss up to what you really think. I would say he probably is, just because of all the wins that he's getting, and he made 3 Super Bowls. So but it's a tricky question,
Yeah, it is. And like a coach, pretty much his qualification is to win games. Because that's the thing. I guess that's the main thing, is them winning games. Like Don Shula won the most games, and then Bill Belichick right after that. Yeah. But Bill Belichick's already going to be a Hall of Fame coach no matter what.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Don Shula's already a Hall of Fame coach.
Right.
So, but Don Shula won 2 Super Bowls. I think they won back-to-back back in 72 and 73.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's already cemented himself as a quarterback. Hall of Fame coach back then. So, Vince Lombardi, same thing,
Yep. So, I guess you can look at it either way. Either you got to win a Super Bowl or you don't. Yeah. You just got to win a lot of games.
Correct.
I guess it's whoever's voting at that time or whatever they think, I guess that's just how you get in,
And speaking of voting MVP, that still chaps me to this day that Drew Brees didn't win the MVP back in 2011, man. He had a phenomenal season, but Aaron Rodgers won. So, but hey, I didn't do the voting back then, so.
Yeah. It'd be nice to be on the to vote like that. But anything else to add?
No, I think right now we struck the high points.
Yeah.
Because it's the off season, so you can have a coach you can hire here or there. Like this week, we had 2 so far. So, but it's still a long off season. So you're gonna have stuff going.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think so too.
Hopefully, we'll have something to talk about next week.
Was that?
I said, hopefully, we'll have something to talk about next week.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe like next week, maybe we can preview the draft or something like.
Or if you want, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, talk about our top 5 plays in Saints history. Like the Tracy Porter pick, the Steve Gleason punt block for a return touchdown. The onside kick, stuff like that. That would be get our thoughts on that. If anybody has any ideas, they can comment in the comment box, and we can address those. But stuff like that. Try to keep it. Like, okay, what do we think of? Who's our favorite Saints player during the Sean Payton era, who was, of course, the favorite quarterback is Drew Brees. Of course, he's the best quarterback in Saints history. But, like, who's the best wide receiver? Who we thought was the best wide receiver, during the Super Bowl team, or, who would be better, Alvin Kamara or Reggie Bush, or, then we could compare, running yards and all that stuff like that. That's just my tip. Just try to, keep it going.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the draft would be in April, and we can, have a draft spectacular.
Okay. Sounds good. And,
stuff like that.
So next week, we'll plan on doing that.
Yeah. We could get together, me and you, and discuss that furthermore. So, so, guys, it's the off season. So, got a long off season. We got a couple months where we just going to sit back and watch the Saints organization change, hopefully for the better, and hopefully the draft will get some good players, and we'll just go from there.
Yep.
So
sounds good. Well, y'all, thank y'all for. Oh, you got something else?
Yeah. Also, Jason does LSU baseball. He does a podcast here and there, so check those out as well. And you do women's basketball too, or no?
No, I don't keep. I do LSU football, LSU baseball.
Yeah.
That's my main two that I do.
Okay.
And now the Saints with you.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, just check those out. If you're big LSU fans, just check out his podcast on the baseball and football. Right now, of course, it's the football off season, but the baseball season kicked off today, and they won, right?
Oh yeah, they won 11-8.
Awesome.
But yeah, they won.
Oh, good. So yeah, hopefully they can repeat.
Yep, be nice.
Be very nice. So, all right, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Until then, we'll see you later.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button wherever it's at. All right, guys. Later.